Hello, my dears. This is the one and only talented Rarity, and you are here with us on the Brony Clubhouse.
Hey there, everybody. My name is Spencer, and today the Brony Clubhouse is back in lovely Anaheim at Beach Ball Comics for the new release of their newest comic book for My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. We'll be talking to the writer and the artists, Amy Mebberson, Heather Nuhfer, and Thom Zahler, and we'll be talking to some of our cool Brony friends who are participating in today's event. So let's go check them out.
Try to strength. Rainbow Dash strength. Let's do it.
This actually says I'm sorry, 0% juice, which is fitting because it kind of tastes like fizzy Kool-Aid.
It feels like I got wings.
I can fly. Fizzy cherry splash. Gives me wings.
Yeah, it's like Kool-Aid flavored red heart.
It tastes like magic.
It tastes a little like terrible. It tastes like terrible. It's good. It tastes like the adjective of terrible.
It tastes like kindergarten.
It kind of does taste like kindergarten.
It tastes like my grandpa.
Okay. I knew that would get one of you. I knew that would get one of you. That is glorious.
So I'm here today with a longtime friend and fellow Brony, Sharif. How you doing, Sharif?
Good, how are you?
It's good to see you out here.
Nice seeing you.
So how are you enjoying the event today?
Oh, it's fun. Bronies make me smile.
Don't they all?
Yeah.
And what'd you pick up today?
I picked up the Twilight Sparkle micro series, and
These are cool.
I also picked up the.
This is number
50.
5.
Yeah.
Yes, those are. Oh, and they're signed. How
Yeah,
cool
and they're
is that?
signed. Yeah. It's actually funny because I haven't picked up my 3, 4 at the comic shop I have a pull list at. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm out of order. I'm also gonna buy number 5 again when I go back to my comic shop. So
Well, that's
I guess-
awesome.
Yeah.
Have you read the other comics?
I've read 1 and 2.
What did you think?
I thought it was pretty brilliant. Like and it's interesting because it's like you kind of have to judge it from this idea that they're doing their own thing. Like this is sort of separate from the show because it's like at first I was letting it get to me. Like it was jarring that they were doing, like they had their own take on how the shapeshifter, how the changelings, how their powers worked. And so I was just like, this is inconsistent. I'm angry. And then I was like,
This isn't My Little Pony.
yeah, this isn't My Little Pony. This is some other equine-based comic series with similar characters. Yeah. So it took me a little bit, but then I was like, but overall, I liked how I'm a writer, so I look at things more from the writing perspective, and I love the writing. I also love the. I actually use a couple of panels from I think number 2 in my comics theory about like sort of the nature of how words and pictures work together, and I really like the way they have like it'll be a word and then it'll be like the picture like reactions to the like it'll be like rumble. And then it'll be all the pony, like, I guess Rumble is 6 letters, I guess. I can't count.
2d6.
Yeah. And so it's like each pony's reaction shot, kind of that whole anime, like, you know? But it's like...
Which we all see in comic books and anime and all kinds of cartoons.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
But it's all just like in one thing, so it's like bringing both the reaction and the action into one thing, and that just blew me away, even though it's a simple little artistic choice.
It's a little comic book, but it's so in depth.
Yeah.
And then you bought one other thing, which I bought today earlier, and they're amazing. It's the Rainbow Dash Fizzy. What is this?
Fizzy cherry splash flavored drink.
It's so good. I liked it.
I'm not a fan of it, to be honest with you, but I mean, it's okay.
It gave me, like Red Bull, gave me wings to fly.
It tastes like Kool-Aid flavored Red Bull. Yeah.
Well, you know, I'm glad you're having fun. You got your comic book signed. That's going to be worth something.
Yeah.
And we need to see more meetups, man.
I'm trying to be less Twilight Sparkle and less stuck in my room doing homework and reading, which I should be doing now. But
the bronies,
they drew you in. The bronies call to me. I know I canceled on a lot of friends who are going to be mad that they're like, oh, so you can hang out with bronies, but not with me. Yeah.
What can I say? We're a fun bunch of people, and we're here at the Beach Ball Comics for a second time. It's still as fun as the first time, and I love it.
I'll take your word for it. I wasn't here last time. I was reading a book.
Let's just like Twilight Sparkle.
Just like Twilight Sparkle.
Thanks, Sharif. Thank you for coming out. I hope you had some fun.
Oh, I had a lot of fun. Thanks for having me.
We'll see you for the next meetup.
All right, thank you.
Whoa, that's a different song.
There is a place in the distance, a place that I've been dreaming of. All time and space don't exist, and we can dance like there's no tomorrow.
I do this, but I live in an apartment, so they're like.
Beautiful. So here we are with our very own DJ GARNiKA.
Yep.
He came down here and you laid some good beats.
I laid the best of the beats that are good.
Don't even. How did you enjoy today's events?
I really enjoyed it. I came out for round one, and that was fantastic. There was a lot of awesome people, a lot of familiar faces this time. I heard that they were gonna do another, pony event. I said, hey guys, you gotta have me back for round two. And they're like, yeah, okay. So they had me come down here. I played, from about like 11:30 to 2:45. So it was a good set. It was like a good chunk of beats.
And you played some new songs.
I did play some new songs. I played, a few of my unreleased tracks that are gonna be. That I'm also going to be playing at Equestria LA. A lot of my sets that's going to be played at Equestria LA, a lot of mashups. I didn't get to play as much, original tracks or remixes as I wanted to. Those are not done yet because I'm lazy.
At least he's honest about it.
But yeah, so I'm definitely gonna have a lot of unreleased and new stuff to play for EQLA. Lots of mashups, lots of remixes, lots of bass, lots of kicking beats and whatnot. So,
just so you guys know, this guy here, he's one of the community guests for Equestria LA. Our very own DJ GARNiKA. We're so proud of him. He's a big boy now.
You're gonna make me cry, boo.
You guys better go. You guys better show up. If you want to
man.
listen to. Ooh, I'm excited.
Dude, I'm excited, man. You guys better come. You need to stop playing with my emotions. It's gonna be crazy.
And you're gonna be there with a bunch of other community guests and artists and musicians.
Oh, dude, don't even get me started. Freaking Mando Pony.
Yes.
Eurobeat Brony.
Yes.
Freaking DJ Tetsuo.
Yes.
He's a god, man. Additive, subtractive. Whew. Don't even get me started, man. Don't even get me started.
That itself might as well be a convention for
Oh,
you.
dude. Oh, too much good stuff. It's like AMPM. Except not at a gas station.
So it's gonna be in Lower Anaheim.
It's gonna be in Lower Anaheim. That's the running joke. It's not actually in LA. It's just in Anaheim. It's at the nice part of LA.
But it's gonna be fun. I mean, we enjoyed your music today. We hope to see more new stuff at Equestria. You better be there. You better be there. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be dope. I'm gonna love it.
All right. Just start doing the burning.
Oh, we'll see you at Equestria. Oh!
Did you see that new rig that they've been talking about? Are you enjoying yourself? Which one? The new rig that has the gyroscope.
So we are here with a familiar friend.
Hello, Spencer.
Or foe, may I say. What are you doing here, Discord?
I'm overseeing the low level of chaos happening in this establishment.
Low level, eh? Well, I guess you're not doing your job now, are you?
Well, I've agreed to abide by certain restrictions since the last time I visited your clubhouse, so...
He's reformed!
I have not reformed. It's just a temporary alliance, I would say. He doesn't have any idea what he's talking about.
I have plenty idea what I'm talking about. Aren't you here to get a comic book?
2, in fact, maybe 3, 4. It seems like many people were buying the same issue, but with this different cover. Well, I mean, what's up with that? You're just getting the same book over and over again.
Can you maybe explain to me why you changed my cover to Twist?
Doesn't everybody like Twist? I like Twist.
It had Pinkie Pie on it. Better change it back, because I want my Pinkie Pie back.
What? You don't like Twist? Come on, any Twist fans out there? Like, share, favorite, subscribe. What isn't that what you Celestia made me do the last time?
Yeah, she made you do it, and you took my spot.
You can't be host all the time, right? Come on, share the limelight a little bit. It's okay.
I still don't like you.
I don't know what's not to like. Come on, guys.
Are you at least having fun?
I am having an absolutely wonderful time. I've gotten to meet many interesting people. I got to dance. I got to sing a little bit. I got to bust out the Parcheesi. I haven't done that in ages. And I met the wonderful people behind the most recent story of the comics, and they're an interesting bunch. There's a significant lack of me in this current issue, but you know.
That's because you just ruin things.
That's so harsh. Come on, don't you realize I make things a little more exciting? There's a random element, that spark. If everything went completely according to plan, life would have no meaning.
Well,
come on.
You did turn my car into a boat for about 20 minutes. That was fun.
Yes, I hope you enjoyed it.
They don't have boat insurance, man. At least not for me.
They have boat insurance in Equestria.
Discord. Ugh, it's always ruining things. I hope I don't see you again.
Oh, I don't know if you will. I don't know, after the rude reception. I mean, seriously, was this an interview or a name-calling session?
Well, you know what? Next time you take my spot in the clubhouse, we're going to have some problems.
We'll see, Spencer.
Maybe we will. Maybe we will. So here we are at Beach Ball Comics, and we're here with the writers and artists of the newest parts of the My Little Pony comic book series. We've got Thom Zahler. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. And we have the writer, Heather Nuhfer. How are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you.
It's good to hear. And lastly, we have the talented artist, Amy Mebberson, how are you?
I am excellent, thank you.
How are you guys enjoying the event today at Beach Ball Comics?
It's been great.
It's amazing. I haven't. This is my first really dedicated pony event, and the response has been amazing. Everyone's just had the most lovely things to say about the new story so far, and it's been awesome. So thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Who's all lingering in the
Now, the big question that a lot of people have on their minds is, were you familiar with My Little Pony before you got into doing the writing or the drawing for the comic book?
I knew of it. I wasn't. I hadn't been really paying attention to the cartoon when I got the opportunity. My girlfriend is a huge fan. That's kind of how I got sucked into it, and then I caught up on it. So I did my homework, and I see why people liked it, and I mainlined a bunch of episodes. I didn't want to get too far in it to make sure that I didn't regurgitate an episode. And then I had friends who were pony fans, so they were the ones who critiqued me when I was pitching things. I'm like, have they done this before? And when I was drawing, how do they do that? How do they eat? How do they hold things?
What about you, Heather?
I was on sort of the opposite end of the spectrum. Huge pony fan since the first season, and found out IDW had gotten the license, and pretty much did everything I could to get on and be able to pitch for it. And luckily, it worked out, and Hasbro and IDW were eager to have us on board. So.
Well, this is really going to show my age. I've been a fan since I was 10 years old in 1984. I was in the hospital after surgery, and I had the TV on, and then there was this My Little Pony, I love My Little Pony on. And my mom went off and she bought me Bluebell. And I'm sorry, there's a great big gap here where my Surprise and Baby Surprise would be sitting right now. And so I've loved the toys for many years, and so when I heard the new series was coming out, and I heard the buzz was great, and it is an excellent cartoon.
When they offered you a job, I got it. I'm in.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this opportunity for such a long time. What inspires either your writing processes or your artistic processes when doing this comic? Or further comics?
I don't know. I take a lot of walks. I get good ideas in the shower. That's why I write my water bill off. Mine came about. I tried to figure out what I liked about the characters because I was pitching on the micro series, so I knew I had to focus on individual ones. And Twilight Sparkle, I very much related to her bookishness because I'm such a big book nerd myself. And the original pitch was that she was waiting in line for like a J.K. Rowling character, and it kind of spiraled off there. But I like the idea of her getting to know a writer, because that's something that I hadn't seen them do in the show, and you can focus on that one character alone and not have to service the other characters, so you can really bring a spotlight to that aspect of her character.
Well, when I got offered the chance to do ponies, and of course one of the things that attracted me to the cartoon for me was Lauren Faust's very obvious love of Sailor Moon and other shoujo anime, because I was a huge Sailor Moon fan back in the day, and also just the show's general attitude for not taking itself too seriously. It's fine with doing little nods and winks and just poking fun of itself in a long way, especially in Pinkie Pie. So, so when I'm drawing the comic, I mean, now that I've had to working on this with Heather, I'm like, I'm working the Sailor Moon facts in every chance I can get, and I'm a Disney person mostly. So again, there's a lot of crossover with the fans, especially because it's an all ages thing. So I try to do art that anyone's going to love. That's not necessarily too niche-y. I like to do stuff that pretty much anyone can read and enjoy and not have to think too much about what am I referring to. So yeah.
Well, it's good to hear. Now, for all of you being writers and artists, what are some challenges that you face when doing something as different as My Little Pony? If any.
Well, I would say the biggest challenge in ponies is, coming up with something that hasn't already been done. And also coming up with something that's new where you feel like it's part of the universe because there's such a huge, obvious fan base for it that you want to be respectful of that, but also stay really true to the show. And to kind of keep those blinders on at times can be a little bit challenging, I think.
Now, do bronies help make your work just a little better? Just seeing how the crowds react to your work. Is it going to affect you later on in maybe artistic decisions, writing decisions?
I always have them in mind. I'm a huge Star Trek fan, and I know what it's like to be on that end of it and, watch a J.J. Abrams film and be very particular about things you like and things you don't. So I always try to keep the audience in mind for what things they want to see, what things they haven't seen, and try to make sure to respect the characters in the audience and not do anything that's, I know who I'm playing to.
That's good. What about you, Heather?
I tend to live on the belief that if you write a good story, it'll resonate pretty well with everybody. And I think, the reason the show is so popular, the reason there are bronies, is because the shows are very good stories all around. And I think if you really kind of focus your energy on making a good story, and you have that sense of humor and you understand that sense of humor, that everyone will like it.
That's a very solid belief. I like that. Because I saw your comics earlier, and it's just all the little gags, it's the little things I think the bronies enjoy the most. Are there any?
You can have fun with that without necessarily having to say this one's for the bronies. That's not what it's about at all. I mean, the show. Like I said, the show is just universally and all around very, very well done. And, Heather and I have had a lot of experience in licensed all-ages comics. We've done Strawberry Shortcake, we've done Sesame Street, I've done Disney comics and all that kind of stuff. And if it's well done, as I said, if it's well done, anyone can enjoy it.
I saw the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. I was like, oh, my childhood, and that's so great. 20 years later, I'm over here like a kid again going, Rescue Rangers, and it's so good. What do you guys personally put into it that makes it just different from like any other artist? Either something that you really enjoy in pop culture, something personal in your lives. Is there anything like that?
I just love to get my teeth into the character acting, because obviously that's something they do very extensively on the show. Even though you think it's a Flash animated cartoon, they're all basically built from the same elements, but the animators are just working that to death. I mean, the expressional range they get with those characters is really quite phenomenal for a TV cartoon. So, and coming from an animation background myself, I'm very much mindful of carrying those principles of subtlety and just body language. A character should never just stand there and just say a line. There's always something more you can do with it to really sell it just that little bit more. So I love that. So if there are talking scenes, all that kind of stuff, I'm like, yes.
What about you two?
I would say nothing really in particular. Like, it all comes back to the story.
I'm a big dialogue guy, so I like when I have opportunities to have them do things in speech that you can get a little bit thicker with the dialogue because it's in text, and the body language too. I've got a couple silent pages in the book that I'm very proud of, because it's 8 panels of them all of a sudden just emoting differently over a course of the scene.
As the saying goes, a picture says 1,000 words. Now, I promised I wasn't going to ask this, but now I'm just curious. I won't ask this. I won't ask the stereotypical way. Who is your favorite pony so far? The question usually goes, who is best pony? But I want to ask, and I think this will be a tough question for Amy.
It is a tough one. I love them all in their own way, but I mean, I've got my Fluttershy bracelet on here. I was a shy little girl who loved animals, so emotionally, I think I resonate most with Fluttershy. But I was also the bookish girl who stayed at home with a sketchbook all the time. So a little bit of Twilight Sparkle in there as well.
That's fine.
Rather just be with her books. But yeah.
Applejack, usually. I have my moments of Pinkie Pie.
Yes.
Probably more than I should. But
yeah, when I go to Disneyland, then I turn into Pinkie Pie.
Fun!
Yeah.
Twilight Sparkle, the book nerd. That's a big thing with me. If I got to do, I'd like to do Rainbow Dash too, because I really like arrogant, cocky characters, because that's nothing like me. And someone who finds their inner Shatner. But yeah, Twilight Sparkle she was the one I identified with the easiest, and was able to spin a story out of the quickest.
Well, it's good. I'm glad that these characters are just rubbing off of you, and you'll see yourselves in them, and I'm sure they will reflect in future issues. And everybody already knows the answer to Best Pony. It's Tom. Tom is Best Pony. It's the joke of Tom the Rock. You have to watch it. He's like, Now I gotta Google this. I gotta find out. But thank you, all three of you, for showing up today. I'm sure all of our fellow bronies, they all had fun seeing you, and they're so grateful for signing their little things that they will take home, and they'd love to see more. And I know we will see more great works in the future. So again, my name is Spencer, and for the Brony Clubhouse, we'll see you guys next time.